Good morning. Saturday morning accident assessment at the scene of the wreck. So, you get to an accident, you're a first responder. You darn well would like to know what you're responding to. If it's a kitty in a tree, or if it's some kind of whatever else that you have to worry about. A skyscraper tower, industrial fire, large crash on the highway. So these folks go with intent. If there's a train wreck, the train wreck people go to the train wreck. Now, we have those services all over. They're an inherent, police and fire, and those institutions have a reason, and we need to make them better. But getting to the scene of that accident and knowing what you're dealing with is absolutely critical. It's your life, and it's the lives of others you might be asked to try and help save. So, yes, we owe any emergency responders a chance at surviving. I mean, take the dust from 9/11, the whatever fumes that have harmed so many firefighters and other people, but the firefighters went into it. Should they have had better protection? I wasn't there. The answer is yes now, but at the time, there was an emergency. And even to the individuals, they made decisions that might have been better made. What can you second guess? I mean, you weren't there, neither was I. So, first responders deserve to know what they're getting into. For a nuclear accident, that's what they're going to hear. There's a nuclear accident. That is just the beginning of what they need to know. So, any accident, the process is, what are we dealing with? There's no use having my men get killed on top of whatever else has already happened. So, I'm going to want to know what's in that fire. I'm going to want to know wind directions. I'm going to know, your head is going to go through 27 million things and only 10,000 of them are relevant, and you've got to find them. So, emergency planning. You practice it sometime, It'll make you shake if you think too much about why you're practicing it. So, the key in a nuclear accident are these release models, period. That is how much escaped the reactor, how much stayed in the reactor, very basically. Without those numbers and ratios, you cannot judge what's going on. And what we know is those numbers and those ratios that some people understand the meaning of exist. And we don't have privilege to them. We don't have a need to know. And you can tell why. You can tell the hysteria this creates right off the bat is a challenge. It does need to be rationalized to find the real concerns, but then parts of it just need to be, shut up. No, it's not like that. So where do you go? How do you educate people on what this release inventory, this plume map, the deposition maps mean? Now, we've been led to think that none of this stuff really exists. This is some big uncoordinated mess, and TEPCO is so incompetent they can't even do this. And that's where we'd all be wrong. This is like saying Exxon did not know about groundwater pollution, let alone CO2. I was there. There were other people there. As a matter of fact, I found some names because I've got a contact list. I don't have any of the technical information, but there were other people there that understand groundwater, that know what Exxon learned about through the 70s and 80s, including CO2, because we paid for it. Yeah, we. That's the proverbial we. So, hey, here's a coffee clutch. The only people talking about this don't know enough or can't. And that's tough. None of us know enough. It's going to take us all. Shut it down.